Everyone overcomplicates financial freedom. Here's the real secret. You do not leap from salary to freedom in one move. You build a bridge. That's what I did, and that's what I want to show you today. A lot of smart people think freedom starts the day they quit their job. It does not. Freedom starts much earlier. It starts when you stop depending on one source of income for your entire life. For years, most of us were trained to think in one lane. Get a job, earn the paycheck, save a little, hope it all works out, but eventually that stops feeling like enough. Not because the salary is bad, but because a salary by itself is fragile. One employer, one paycheck, one system holding everything up. And if you're over 50, that starts to matter more. Because now the question is not just how much do you earn? The real question is, how do you turn earned income into designed income? That shift changed everything for me. I stopped thinking only about retirement, and I started thinking about replacement. Step one was clarity. I need to know exactly what my life actually costs. Not my fantasy life, not my panic number, my real number. Housing, food, travel, healthcare, fun. The ordinary life I actually wanted to live. That became my target. Because you cannot replace a salary until you know what you are replacing. Step two was reducing my dependence on the paycheck. That does not always mean earning less from work. It means making work less control to your survival. For me, that meant building other income streams alongside my salary. Not all at once, one at a time. Slowly, deliberately, a stream from investments, a stream from property, a stream from cash reserves that created stability, and most importantly, a plan how those pieces would work together. This is where many people get stuck. They think freedom means one giant pile of money, but often freedom looks more like a system. A few reliable streams, a buffer for bad years, and enough flexibility to make good decisions without panic. That is a very different mindset. Step three was building the gap. This part matters. You do not go from full salary to zero salary overnight. You build a transition zone. Maybe your salary covers everything today, then later your salary covers most things while a side income covers a little. Then your salary covers less because your investments or rentals are doing more. And eventually, work becomes optional instead of necessary. That is the goal. Optional. Not idle, not passive, optional. That word matters because this is not really about escaping work. It's about escaping dependence. Step four was creating a cash cushion. But it is one of the most important because freedom is not just math, it's emotional. If every market drop makes you nervous, you do not feel free. If one bad year forces bad decisions, you are not really living free. Cash buffer gives you breathing room. It gives you time. It gives you confidence. It helps you act with patience instead of fear. And that is part of the system too. Step five was learning to trust the mix. This took time because a paycheck feels simple. It's predictable, familiar. Income streams feel messy at first. Rental income, dividends, cash reserves, maybe part-time consulting, maybe future projects. It can look less tidy on paper, but it is often more resilient in real life because you are no longer asking one thing to do everything. You are building a structure, and structures are stronger than a single point of failure. That was a major mental shift for me. I stopped asking, how do I replace my job? And started asking, how do I design a life that can support itself? That question is better. It is calmer, smarter, more realistic, and honestly, more hopeful. Because once you see the transition as a system, it stops feeling impossible. You do not need one heroic move. You need a sequence, a plan, a progression, salary, savings, income streams, buffer, freedom. That is the path. And the beautiful part is this. You do not have to wait until the end to feel the benefit. Every step forward reduces dependency and creates peace now. More choices now, more confidence now, even more full-time freedom arrives now. But this is why it matters. Because the goal is not just to stop working. The goal is to live, from a place of intention, to know your life is supported, to know your money has structure, to know your future is not hanging by a thread, that this is a very different kind of wealth. If this is the season you are in, building your bridge, instead of just dreaming about freedom, then you're not behind. You are doing the real work. And what you're doing really does matter. If this helped you think more clearly about your own transition, subscribe or save it for later. And in the comments, tell me which of these income streams you believe will play the biggest role in your own freedom. Because sometimes clarity begins with naming the next step. And this is how freedom starts. Not with a fantasy, but with a blueprint. Thank you.